contrary to what his shirt says,
Rick Pinkney.
he's not just from ArmsportVideos. Program number 2, just if you remember a couple weeks ago, we did a recap of the East versus West. We liked how that turned out and the response it got, so we thought we'd tackle a couple more topics today. So the first topic I'd like to bring up is my friend Jake Ward, the Aussie Armwrestler, has now been able to quit his full-time job, and he's now become a full-time YouTuber.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
That is incredible, considering arm wrestling, you know, nobody ever thought anybody'd really make any money outside of a few guys. Now guys are making it off YouTube. 100% behind that. Way to go.
Yeah, so congratulations, Jake. Glad to hear it, buddy. I wish you all the success.
Absolutely.
Okay, so number 2, for King of the Table 3, the big news out of that is RVJ pulled out of his match against Ryan Bowen. Now, before anybody surmises anything, I don't want to surmise anything at all. Ryan did a video. RVJ is out. That's all I know.
Well, you know what? And that's his business. If something came up, whatever, that's up to, you know, that's completely his business. Although I think a lot of people were looking forward to this match, so hopefully
I was.
Hopefully it'll happen in the future. You know, somebody can make this happen. Love to see it happen.
I would too, and I did know, one side note, it was rescheduled for later on in the year. So whenever King of the Table 4, that was King of the Table 3, whenever King of the
That would be like, I think that's June they plan on doing King of the Table 4. That's with Devin and Levin.
Devin and Levin, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and also on the card for King of the Table 3, Hermes versus Wagner Bortolato.
Is that right hand or left hand?
You know what? You got me. I do not know.
I've heard it's right hand. I'd rather have seen that left hand.
Because that's Wagner's dominant hand, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather see a left hand match in there.
Also on that card, Larry Reels is going to pull against Khaled, if I'm saying his
Khalid?
name. Khalid?
Supposedly? Is this really going to happen?
You know what? Who knows? Well, I guess that day we'll find out.
Somebody can let us know if this is actually happening or not, because I've heard yes and I've heard maybe, which will be an interesting match because we've seen how Khalid easily handled Larry, what was it, last year?
That was a year ago, yeah.
And Larry's improved big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's had a lot of top guys going over there from Devin to Levin, Michael, Ray, Coach Ray going over. So he's had a lot of help getting better, and he's definitely got a lot better. So that should be an interesting match.
And that brings us to, right now, the main event of the whole card, Sarah versus Gabby.
I've been waiting on this match again. This is huge. This is going to be a great match. I'm kind of pulling for Gabby. I've known her for a long time. I think when she first showed up, she might have been, I don't know, 15, 16 in England. I think it was England the first time we saw her.
In Manchester?
Manchester, I believe. And she kicked some ass back then, and she's been doing it ever since. So, great matchup. She handled Sarah fairly good the last time, but you can see Sarah's been training crazy. So, this should be very interesting.
You know what? It's going to be entertaining as hell.
Absolutely.
So I got connected with Sarah in England after the Worlds. I interviewed her and, oh man, the name escapes me now.
From where?
I think he's originally from Israel and now living in Sweden.
Oh man, don't ask me for names.
Oh no, I should have wrote it down. But somebody just resurrected that clip from my YouTube channel and shared it as one of the very first interviews with Sarah.
Okay.
I think she was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I think at the time, and
yeah, she's come a long way.
Wow, has she? Gotten better?
Just like all the Swedish girls, kicking some serious ass.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's put in the time. Looking great. She took some time off from arm wrestling. Now she's back and she's on a vengeance. So that should be an interesting match.
So looking forward to that one. And now everything is up in the air right now because of circumstances in the world between Russia and the Ukraine. It was supposed to be East versus West 3 was coming up.
I believe in June it's supposed to happen.
That's a rescheduled date?
I was watching a video earlier and they said that Engen didn't want to interfere because the Europeans are happening in May. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, he never wants to interfere with the Europeans and the worlds and stuff like that. So I'm hearing that's going to happen June-ish.
Okay, and just a quick rundown of matches that have been announced so far. Brzezinski versus Irakli. Good looking match.
That's a good looking match.
Yeah. Todd Hutchings versus Prudnik.
There's a
Damn.
hook. There's a hook match for you.
Damn.
That's a hook
That's
match
gonna be
for
brutal.
you.
Dave Chafee versus Gennady.
Yeah,
Gennady looks so good pulling against Michael.
but
Dave
we're
Chafee's a
talking.
different guy.
We're talking two different, completely different styles.
Yeah, and you know what?
Not taking anything away from Michael. Michael's a strong dude.
Absolutely.
But just the way Dave pulls and hits,
It's very different than Michael, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
And I hope Michael can come back stronger and better than ever. That remains to be seen where he goes from here. And we have Oleg versus David Dadakan. Is that what I'm saying his name?
Something like that, yeah. That could be. I don't think Oleg's near up to where
He's not. No, he's not back yet.
No, so that could be a very interesting match in itself.
And Lachlan Adair versus Sandris Sidis.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Well, Lachlan lost his last match, and so we'll see where this takes him.
Yeah, anywhere. But looking forward to that card whenever that can happen. Engen, big thanks for what you've done so far.
Absolutely.
These cards have been amazing.
Yeah,
buddy.
world class, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, number 4. What's been a lot of talk lately about rankings? You know what? I don't care.
But you know what? Guys that are in the rankings do care.
They do.
Because
I
you know what?
understand.
If I'm putting out a ranking system and I'm ranking somebody 15 and they think there should be 12 or 10 or top 5, they're going to let me know. I don't do rankings for that one reason. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole because you can't keep people happy. And the main reason you can't keep people happy is I can beat you, you beat somebody else, that person beats me.
Right.
How do you rank these people? Who's 1, 2, 3 between the three of us? If I can
And
beat
who
you,
knows? And if you
and on a
decide
particular
who's 1, 2, 3, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Only.
yeah,
So if it differs from my opinion, I'm only going to bitch if it differs from my opinion. If I like your rankings, Rick's the greatest ranker ever.
absolutely.
I don't care. I just truly don't care. We don't have a good system.
I mean, well, the thing is, we don't have a good system because we've just got all these tournaments, unlike like tennis where they've got their main and you're picking up points as you're going, and we don't have that. We're not to the point where here we got these major tournaments all over the world that everybody's going to because they're making a crap load of money. Even if you finish 100th, in a tennis match, you're still pulling in 100 G's or something. Until we get to that point, these rankings are just...
I don't know. We're a long way because different people have proposed, why don't we just have a big tournament and all the best guys
But
come?
it still doesn't
Those
matter.
days are long over.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to
Yeah,
happen
because,
all
I mean,
the best guys
if-
all want to
if-
get paid. I understand
I mean, you
completely.
look at the East versus West. So Engen's putting these matches on. So if I'm holding a match a month before and it's just for a ranking, are any of these guys in East versus West that have already committed to Engen going to show up?
If you pay them, they will.
Yeah, but now I'm screwing over Engen's
Yes,
tournament.
absolutely.
I mean, and that's the thing we got to watch out for because we got a lot of good stuff going on. You don't want to be stepping on other people's toes if they got a great thing going on. It's good to just keep matches going, keep them spaced out so people can make them, and we'll let the chips fall where they can. But we just gotta, like I said, have people just go to the tournaments where they want. Everybody can play with their rankings, whichever the way they want. People will bitch about it. So be it.
Okay, moving on. We just came off a weekend, last weekend, the weekend before. We just had basement battles.
Right.
So six matches with all local guys at Timberley Gladiators Armwrestling Club in Timberley, Nova Scotia. Good afternoon, Armwrestling.
Yeah, it was.
Entertaining.
There were some pretty good matches happening.
Absolutely,
in
there
there.
was some shockers. Not so much that they're shockers, but I was surprised that one guy was dominant on one hand, but then lost on the other hand.
Yeah.
And it was an entertaining afternoon arm wrestling, and beginning tomorrow, you can watch basement battles right here in ArmsportVideos every day. There'll be a new clip for
Good
the
stuff.
next 6 matches.
Yeah.
And
Like I said, they're not anybody you've heard of, most of them.
yeah, local guys.
But you know what? Some good matches in there for you to check out.
Absolutely, some really good local matches too. So, and we always try to promote the local guys, and I keep going out and covering these basement battles and small amateur matches and that because these guys are important too.
Well,
I think.
absolutely. And the good thing about it is, so you can see where these people started off. So you might think, this guy's nothing now. But 2, 3, 5 years down the road, if this guy becomes somebody, then you can look back and go, damn, this is where he started. and it's inspiration for some other people. You know, maybe the guy that's just starting out now think, well, geez, you know, I'll never be any good. But then he can look back and say, well, geez, this guy got his ass kicked by this guy. Now look where he's at.
Absolutely. It's all true. Look, we all know, you and I have seen, before Devin became the Devin of today, we saw him lose matches.
Mark McPhail beat him.
Mark McPhail beat him at Gloucester Fair.
Not taking anything away from Mark.
No, not at all. But Devin didn't start off right at the top, and Devin had to learn his craft and make adjustments over the years. And look where he is now. But he didn't start off at this level.
No.
Right? So he's turned himself.
He definitely had the tools to begin with.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he was a freak.
Yeah.
He was a freak, you know, going to Gloucester Fair Armwrestling tournament after he just ran a military marathon.
Yeah.
Like craziness. But guy's in shape. He comes to the table ready to pull, and win or lose, you don't hear an excuse.
No.
Just he'll take his beating or take his win.
Yep.
So, and on to that, coming up in the next few weeks, Rick and I have joined forces, and we're going to bring to you main event arm wrestling. So I'm pretty excited for this first card.
Yeah. Oh no, we got some good matches. Again, local people.
Yeah, but some people you may have heard of. We have Tamara Mitz coming her first time back.
Excited to see Tamara back coming.
Years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tamara Mitz is pulling a couple of local girls here.
And one you got to watch out for. Both girls you got to watch out for. I'm saying both right arm and left arm. So this could be very interesting. The four-way I think is exciting. The two four-ways, the four guys, two guys from Nova Scotia, two guys from PEI.
Yep.
They're going to mix it up both right arm and left arm. This will be an exciting afternoon.
I think it's going to be a great afternoon of arm wrestling, and it's a start. Trying to do something a little bit different than just tournaments all the time. So hopefully this pans out for us. Big news here in Nova Scotia, of course, is restrictions are ending. So for the first time in 2 years, a non-restricted arm wrestling tournament, full tournament, is going to be on April 2nd at the Atlantic Canadian Championships in Spring Hill, Nova Scotia. Expecting a big one?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we haven't had Atlantic Canadians in 2 years, since 2019, because the COVID hit right before 2020.
Yeah.
And I had to cancel that. Going to cancel it again last year. So I'm glad to have this back, and I'm really happy that we can have everybody coming from New Brunswick, from PEI, from Newfoundland. So this is going to be a great tournament. Really looking forward to having everybody back and under one roof again.
Now, the bad news on that front, and the good news on that front, I won't be here at the Atlantics because I had already committed to be in Michigan and film the Michigan States.
That's a great tournament.
A big tournament, like the single biggest tournament in North America these days outside of a Nationals.
Yeah.
Right? Like Steve Pettis and crew
absolutely
have done an amazing job. Look, those gorillas that he gives away for trophies are cool, aren't they?
Those are awesome trophies.
We have to get up with something like that for main event arm wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll be there covering that, but I'm just getting geared up to leave a couple cameras behind for Rick and crew to film the Atlantic, so when I get home, we can edit that and present that to everybody as well.
That's going to be a long day of arm wrestling too. 2 tables, triple elimination.
It is going to be a really long afternoon. Unlike me going to Michigan States, I'm only going to be dealing with 4 tables and 8 hours of arm wrestling. Reminds me of going back to the Worlds where I covered every match for 4 days, 5 days, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
It was craziness. But that's okay. It's I'll get through it. Big news from ArmsportVideos is, yay, we reached 5,000 subscribers. So it was a grind and it took us a while. In this YouTube age, what everybody wants is a bunch of the talk shows like Uncle John's channel does, and Aussie Armwrestler does, and Ryan Bowen, and a bunch of these guys do interviews. And that isn't what really that I do that much. And I'm not condemning you guys at all, because there's there's
something for everybody in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but we finally reached 5,000 subscribers, and now we're offering memberships to our channel as well. So for $4.99 a month, there's a few perks. You'll get advance warning of what's coming up. When we eventually do some live streaming in a couple months down the road, it'll be going to members of the ArmsportVideos channel only. That makes it worth the $4.99 a month,
absolutely. I mean, that's dirt cheap. $5 to sit back and watch some matches.
Absolutely.
You know,
hopefully that we can set it up that we're going to have commentary, live commentary during the matches, and and hopefully it ends up being a good product. We're going to try and see how it goes. Hopefully we can pull this
I don't
off.
think you can buy a coffee at Starbucks for $4.99.
I know. I think you're right, especially you're talking Starbucks. I don't remember the last time I was actually in a Starbucks.
I've never been there.
I have, but so for the 5,000 and that, so folks, I need you all to like, share, subscribe, join the channel, help us grow. The money is going towards getting me out there covering more events and putting on more things, more content for our channel. So that's the plan for that. And that's all I have.
That's
Anything
it?
you got?
No, I'm just looking forward to everything coming back to normal. Nationals coming back to Canada again canceled 2 years in a row, so I'm happy about that. Tournaments finally firing up again in Canada.
But then we're going to get hit heavy.
Oh,
You got
absolutely.
the Atlantics at the beginning of April, the Provincials at the end of April, and then we're planning on main event 2 at the end of May.
Yeah, and then we're heading to Nationals on July 1st.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then I don't know what there is for the fall. I mean, obviously the Worlds are coming in the fall. Plus, I don't know what else you're putting on, a Battle of the Atlantic.
I'll put Battle
maybe.
Atlantic on, yeah.
We'll have probably another 1 or 2 main events in there somewhere. It's
Now I got to talk to you about that. I got a good idea.
okay, and also coming up on March 19th here in Halifax, we have another basement battle.
That's right too.
Just got scheduled.
Yep.
Because one of the guys that's in one of the basement battles is pulling for us in the main event the week before.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. We'll see how he fares.
So yeah, it may be. I'm glad he's coming to our event first.
Yeah.
Because then he'll be the freshest that he can be. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be another good basement battles. I kind of like it's a very small, intimate atmosphere at basement battles.
Yeah.
Limited space for the spectators.
Yeah.
But
No, they can watch it later on video.
that's right. And if you're a member, you can watch it first.
There you go.
And that's all I have for this time. And you have nothing else?
Now that's about it.
Okay, so we'll hope to come back to you in a couple of weeks.
See ya.